What's up guys, welcome back to yet another interesting video. So we all know that we have been testing OxygenOS 16 and recently I also got my hands on to ColorOS 16 and I thought let me show you guys are there any kind of difference between these two OS or they are exactly same. So in this video we'll be doing a detailed comparison between OxygenOS 16 with that of ColorOS 16 and after watching this video you guys let me know in the comment section below which OS you guys prefer now. But before that guys, if you find the content useful to you guys then make sure to smash the like button and also consider subscribe. So here on the table you can see we have two phones. Towards the left hand side we have OnePlus 13 and towards the right hand side we have Oppo Find X. First of all, let me show you the about section of both the devices. Here you can see OnePlus is running OxygenOS 16 stable version and Oppo Find X is running ColorOS 16 stable version. And if you take a look at the version also, which is slightly higher on Oppo Find X. Software update section looks exactly same, even the about section. And similar to OxygenOS 16, even in the ColorOS notes, you get to see video previews. First, let's talk about the customization part on both the OS. Like on OxygenOS, even ColorOS doesn't let you customize the device directly from the lock screen. So for that, you need to go to the settings and here we have a section with a similar name called home screen, lock screen and style. Tapping on it, and you can see similar layout on both the OS. That reflection towards the bottom side, tapping on all Flux themes. On OxygenOS 16, you get 2 OxygenOS wallpapers, the live wallpapers. On ColorOS, there are in total 6 live wallpapers of ColorOS. After that, if you take a look at the other themes, Sublime is similar, Live Clock is also same on both the OS. Then OnePlus has their Never Settle, Oppo has this Make Your Moment. And after that, we have the similar thing, Chase the Light, Furry Friends, Contra Rain, and the last theme is different on both the OS. On OxygenOS, we have Aerial View. On ColorOS, we have Portrait of Lights. Now let me select a similar theme and let's see if there are any changes in that. So after selecting this theme, tapping on the clock styles, we have similar clock options available, including things like additional info, same option to change the font size, and along with that, similar color palettes. For the widgets, we have same stuff. Let me select this Furry Friend because here you can write custom text. After tapping on the text, we do get the same option of AI text generation. Let's see if both the OS generates the same text or different one. So the text have been generated and on both the OS, you can see the different text have been generated. So that's the only change what you guys will see here. So no major difference in the Flux theme. Talking about always on display, both the devices have got the full screen always on display. In terms of AOD styles, we have 6 personalized and 7 system. Those are also same. Talking about icons, so here also you can see OnePlus did introduce this Flux icon and similar way even it has been added on ColorOS. In terms of font, OnePlus did introduce this OnePlus Serif and Oppo have also introduced a called Oppo Serif, though there is slight difference in the font. Under fingerprint animation, on both the OS we do have this new fingerprint animation called Ring, which gives that ripple effect. And along with this ripple effect, with fingerprint animation, both the OS also have that ripple effect while charging and the charging animation is also exactly same. So this is how full screen always on display looks on both the OS. With the same stuff towards the bottom side, that's the battery level and the battery percentage. And in the entire UI guys, we do have this frosted design on both the OS. And whenever tapping on any of the number, you'll also see that glow effect. It's not only limited to the lock screen keypad. Frosted glass design you'll see everywhere in the entire UI. You long press on the home screen, you get to see the frosted design. You open applications like calculator, here also you have that frosted design and again with that similar glow effect. But if you see, there are few applications, like both the OS have different application. Though they are stock, but the icons are different. ColorOS calculator application icon displays that frosted glass design, but here that's not the case on OxygenOS 16. Also the clock icon is slightly different. And if you take a look at the compass application, that's also slightly changed and you also get that frosted glass design vibes. But ColorOS always had this stock calendar application, which is not the case on OnePlus smartphone. And it's pretty well implemented even in applications like Notes. On both the OS, you do have options to resize the app icons and add shortcuts, which also includes option to resize the folders. So there's nothing different over here. You'll just notice few stock widgets are different. But one good thing about OxygenOS 16 is you don't get that lock screen magazine pre-enabled. Though it's available on both the devices. But if you tap here on the lock screen magazine, you can see by default it's enabled on ColorOS 16, but it's disabled on OxygenOS 16. And with OxygenOS 16, OnePlus also introduced this layout for fingerprint and notification. So one is the standalone where all the notifications will appear above fingerprint icon and the second one is the overlap wherein the fingerprint icon will overlap the notifications. On this device, what I feel is they have not done that change and that's mainly because of the fingerprint placement. On OnePlus smartphone, specifically on OnePlus 13, the placement of fingerprint icon is towards the top side, which might be the case that OnePlus have added that option, and here on Oppo it's on the lower side. Though I'm using the same wallpaper on both the devices with similar effects, still you'll see slight difference in the control center. On ColorOS we have the complete transparent and you can clearly see the colors of the wallpaper, wherein on OnePlus 13 running OxygenOS 16 there's this white background. Which one you guys prefer, let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you take a look at the control center, that's exactly same. We do have options to edit the control center where you can now customize these 2 huge tiles and 4 horizontal tiles. And if you move any of the tile in this area, that changes the shape to horizontal. Same story on both the OS. And another change on OxygenOS 16 is the more circular shape in the entire UI. You consider the control center or you consider the settings page. And one thing which I forgot to mention, that's related to the color palette. OnePlus has this exclusive 2-tone color palette, which is only exclusive for OxygenOS 16, not for ColorOS 16. On both the OS, animations are super smooth. You consider opening or closing apps or widgets directly from the OnePlus shelf. In the entire UI, animations are top-notch on ColorOS and OxygenOS, and you won't feel any kind of difference. If you take a look at the app drawer, similar stuff we have, all applications and the category option. And tapping on these alphabets, the behavior is exactly same like OxygenOS 16. And towards the bottom side, we have the search tab. And on both the OS, we do have similar AI feature. And one place I feel where ColorOS has an upper hand, and that's when we talk about the AI Studio application. This comes pre-installed on ColorOS. We have something like AI Play Lab, but we have to install this application from Play Store. AI Studio Lab is a great application. You know, where you can use the AI to change your look, but you need to have the star balance. Soon you sign up on ColorOS, you'll be given 5000 star balance, but for every generate, you need to use 10 stars. So I'll just show you an example. I have selected a photo, tapping on generate, and there you can see how AI have modified my photo. In total, you'll get 4 options. You can select any of them and download it on your device. Similar way, you have multiple options to play around. In the Photos application also, we have the AI feature similar to OxygenOS 16 called AI Relight, which removes shadows from the photos using AI, and it's quite useful feature. And on both the OS, it performs same. Here you can take a look at the before and after photo. After that, similar to OxygenOS 16, you can see the exact same video editor on both the OS. Tapping on export settings, here also we have same export resolution, which is maximum 4K 120 FPS. Similar to OxygenOS 16, even on ColorOS 16, we do have the support of Mindspace, and it works the similar way. Though with version 16, it got slightly upgraded, where you can ask the questions, and it also looks like it will be integrated with Google's Gemini. Currently, it's not working with Google Gemini on OnePlus 13, but on OnePlus 15, integration of Google Gemini works fine. After that, we also have this AI Writer feature, which can help you write articles, create posts, or even things like change the tone. On OxygenOS, it says generated by OnePlus AI. On ColorOS, it says generated by Oppo AI. But we have similar stuff on both the OS. Recorder application also got slight upgrades, where it can now do live transcription, and after that you can generate the summary of that. Then on both the OS, you also have the support of AI search. So if I want to do any deep search, I just have to type that in the search bar, and towards the bottom side you can see we have an option find more with AI search. Tapping on it, the AI will do a search for you. On both the OS, you do have a different section of AI. On OnePlus, it's called as OnePlus AI. On ColorOS, it's called as Oppo AI. But we have similar stuff like AI search, AI writer, AI translate, AI voice scribe. When it comes to live alert, even ColorOS do have the support of sports from Google, and even applications like maps are also being supported. So here, if you are navigating, you will see the navigation in the form of live alert, and similar way, if you have enabled sports from Google, you'll get the live scores directly in the live alert. I've already made a video on that, you guys can check it out, how you can enable it. And then at last, we have the similar options like device connect. Though these options were already present on OxygenOS 15, there's nothing much to talk about it. You can also use this touch gesture to send photos between OnePlus and Oppo devices. You just have to slide up from one device, and those photos or videos will be received on your Oppo device. You just have to accept the request. So basically 90 plus features are almost same. There are some minor changes in ColorOS and OxygenOS 16. But what do you guys feel? Should we also cover the ColorOS? And according to you guys, which OS is superior, OxygenOS or ColorOS? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. So guys, this was a detailed comparison between ColorOS and OxygenOS. If you guys have any kind of questions, let me know in the comment section below. This is your friend Ashok signing out. See you guys in the next video.